Hey everybody, welcome back to Naturally Becoming. So, I'm not trying to get you to agree with me, I'm just trying to get you to see with me. And today, what I've been seeing is obviously Donald Trump is coming up in the news because of the court case and the recent conviction. And obviously he's awaiting whatever sentencing that's going to happen. And I just want to start with a disclaimer. This is nothing really political. It's just an observation of the situation from a law of assumption perspective. So there's no really need for any negativity in the comments or any political stuff. I mean, obviously, y'all gonna comment whatever you want to comment, but I'm not taking this from any political standpoint. It's just an observation about belief systems and how you can see when you believe in something, no matter what happens, you'll still see, from your point of view, you'll still support whoever or whatever you believe and you value because it's such a core thing in who you are and in terms of what you believe in. So I just wanted to talk about the power of belief in terms of love assumption and how you can do no wrong in your reality. And I think there was this quote, I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but it was basically like, oh, even when you think you're wrong, you're right. And that applies with love assumption because many of us will sit here feeling like we're doing something wrong just because we feel bad about our manifestations or when we start to do like manifesting techniques like affirming and we feel wrong. We feel like that discomfort is saying there's something wrong or that we should give up or that it's not working because we don't perceive instantaneous manifestations appearing right before our very eyes. Like we're not trusting the process. But that's how law of assumption works. If you have the assumption that you're doing something wrong, what do you think you're going to experience? The experience of doing something wrong, meaning you're not getting your manifestation, meaning you're not seeing circumstances change because you're holding on to the assumption that something is wrong, and that's what has to play out. So if you decided to say, you know what, I'm doing everything right, I don't care if I don't see nothing, well, I wouldn't mention that part, but I don't care what it looks like. I know I'm doing everything right. Everything is working out for me. And if you consistently told that story, no matter what things look like, no matter how bad things felt and appeared to be, I guarantee you would start seeing situations, circumstances turning right around in ways that you wouldn't expect, obviously, because you haven't experienced the resolution yet. You don't have an idea of how it's going to work out, and you don't need to in order for something to work out. So you literally just have to get yourself to focus on the fact that everything's working out no matter how it looks. And that is what's going to soothe your this unknown, like uncertainty, because I can't think of how this is going to work out for me. So let me talk about how it relates to Donald Trump. So, like we were saying, we all know what's going on with Donald Trump, and we all see what happened, even when he got convicted of the charges or whatever. I'm probably not using the correct terminology, but even when the results came out, they were saying how I think whatever page that he had for supporters to send funding or whatever, like it crashed because of how much support, and he raised a lot of money in such a short period of time. Like, just look at that. Despite the circumstances that he's in, his supporters still came out thriving, still had his back. If anything, the more that people tried to say that he did something wrong or to convict him of whatever charges and, just talk about him in certain aspects, people weren't swayed by that. They still believed in him, and they still do. And he still believed in himself and what he values and what he expects in terms of how life works out for him in terms of being able to win the election. And that's the thing, when you resist certain things, it only brings it up more. The same thing with all these wars and things that are going on. You can't push against something and expect it to go away. The more you resist, the more you put your attention and awareness on it, the more it gets amplified. So as you could see, even being convicted as a felon didn't sway the people that believed in him. They still believe everything that they believe about him, and nothing he can do or say whatever, make them feel like he's doing something wrong. And that's literally the kind of mindset we need to have in regards to ourselves. Could you imagine if every single person that was manifesting things believed in themselves in that capacity, where you truly felt that you could do no wrong? There would be no place for fear, doubt, worry, because even in the worst circumstances, you would still feel like, okay, I'm still coming out on top. I'm still winning. I'm still going to do me, because it doesn't matter what anybody else says. Like, imagine if we had that type of conviction and belief in ourselves, what we would be capable of. Because I know for me, if I was ever in a situation to be convicted of something, I probably would have been in the victim mentality. I would have been scared for my life. I would have looked at those circumstances and been like, my life is over. I don't know how to fight this. But look at this. He could probably still be elected as a president, because based on the laws, it didn't even include some of these things. And I feel like the way people are still rallying and supporting him, it just shows that no matter what happens, people still have his back. And I as crazy as this might sound, I admire that level of commitment, because I'm going to be honest with myself. I don't have that level of commitment about me. This is exactly why I'm struggling to manifest things. This is why I've been depressed and upset and going through downward spirals, feeling like a victim, because I didn't have this level of conviction and belief in myself. And as much as he has so many supporters, it starts with you. If you don't know who you are, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in the power of your belief, you're going to be a victim of your circumstances. And the truth is, we don't have a problem believing in the power of belief, because we're using that very same power to have low self-esteem. We're using that very same power to believe that we're not capable of doing things. And for whatever reason, it's been ingrained in us to believe that negative things are more powerful than powerful things. Positive things. But look, it doesn't even matter what seemingly negative circumstances happen, people still support him. So, as much as you could say things about whatever party you're in, whatever support you're putting yourself behind in terms of the parties, all of that stuff doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if you really value something and you really believe in something with the core of your being, no one could get in your way. So I think that's the lesson I wanted to take away from this. And this is just something I wanted to talk about, because it's it's something that I've seen in my reality. I don't really like to follow controversial things, but it's something that stood out to me, and I realized what I've been lacking in terms of my manifestation journey, in terms of knowing my identity and who I am, to stop associating myself with feeling like a victim. Because even though you feel like a victim, you're still using your creative power, your creative energy to play into that belief that you're a victim. So you're still the creator of your reality. It's just you're choosing to experience the life experiences where you feel like you're powerless. You can feel like you're powerless, but you're still powerful, and you're still putting your power behind that. So as much as it seems contradictory, we can create any type of situation for ourselves, any type of mindset, any type of belief system, and it will validate whatever you say. So I just wanted to put this out there because I had this thought, and it was just interesting to me to analyze this situation and world events from this point of view, and then see how I could, take a lesson from that for myself. And it was just the aha moment I wanted to share. So, like I was saying, I wasn't trying to be controversial. I really don't care to debate or discuss one party or another. It was just more about the power of believing in things. And you shouldn't try to seek out validation from other people. You should have this power of belief in yourself first, and then obviously people will come around and just confirm what you already accept to be true about you. But I think that's really the main message that I wanted to give. Just look at what you're placing your belief in and how you could turn it around to benefit you and getting the things that you want, instead of putting the belief in your inability to succeed. So I think this is where I'm going to end the video. I hope you guys could take away something from this and, keep it peaceful in the comments. But I'll see y'all in the next one.